What is the universe, and how did it begin? The stars, the galaxies, the endless darkness. It's all part of something so vast, so mysterious, we call it the universe. But what exactly is the universe? And how did it all begin? To answer these questions, we need to travel back in time, way back. To a moment so distant, so elusive, it's almost impossible to imagine. But scientists have managed to trace the universe's origins to a single event, an event we call the Big Bang. What is the universe? Let's start with the basics. The universe is everything. Everything you see, hear, and even feel. It's space, time, energy, and matter. It's the galaxies, the stars, the planets, and yes, even us. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. The universe wasn't always this sprawling expanse of stars and galaxies. There was a time when everything, and I mean everything, was packed into a space smaller than a grain of sand. This tiny, unimaginably dense point is what scientists call a singularity, the Big Bang, a moment like no other. Around 13.8 billion years ago, something extraordinary happened. The singularity began to expand, not like an explosion, but more like a balloon inflating. In just fractions of a second, the universe grew from microscopic to cosmic. This is the Big Bang. But wait a minute. If everything started from this singularity, what existed before it? Here's the thing, scientists don't know. In fact, time itself began with the Big Bang. So asking what came before is like asking what's north of the North Pole. It's a question that may not even make sense. The first moments after the Big Bang. Now, let's dive into what happened after the Big Bang. In the first few moments, the universe was a seething, chaotic soup of energy. Temperatures were unimaginably high. Particles like protons and neutrons didn't even exist yet. But as the universe expanded, it cooled down. Within seconds, particles began to form. Protons, neutrons, and electrons, the building blocks of atoms, came into existence. About 380,000 years later, these particles combined to form the first atoms. Hydrogen and helium were the stars of this early universe. How stars and galaxies were born. With atoms in place, something magical began to happen. Gravity took the stage. Tiny variations in the density of matter caused clumps to form. These clumps grew over millions of years, becoming the first stars and galaxies. Stars, in turn, created heavier elements through nuclear fusion. Elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron, the ingredients for life as we know it. When these stars died, they exploded in spectacular supernovae, scattering these elements across the cosmos. This process repeated over billions of years, creating more stars, more planets, and eventually galaxies like our own Milky Way. Within one of the Milky Way's spiral arms, a small, rocky planet formed. That planet, of course, is Earth, the timeline of creation. The first stars ignited about 2 million years after the Big Bang. These early stars were massive, bright, and short-lived. They lived fast and died young, enriching the universe with heavier elements. This paved the way for the formation of galaxies, including giant clusters and superclusters. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is about 13.6 billion years old. It's one of billions, possibly trillions, of galaxies in the observable universe. Each galaxy contains billions of stars, and each star may have its own planetary system. The Earth itself formed about 4.5 billion years ago. It's part of a solar system born from the remnants of earlier stars. Our Sun is a second-generation star, meaning it contains elements forged in the hearts of older stars. This cosmic recycling is what allowed planets like Earth to form with the ingredients necessary for life. Life, stardust in motion. And life on Earth is another chapter in the universe's story. From simple molecules to complex organisms, life evolved over billions of years. We are, quite literally, made of stardust. The carbon in our cells, the calcium in our bones, the iron in our blood, all were forged in ancient stars. But the story of the universe doesn't end there. In fact, it's far from over. The universe is still expanding, and not just expanding, but accelerating, thanks to a mysterious force called dark energy. Dark energy and the expanding universe. Dark energy makes up about 68% of the universe. It's like an invisible hand pushing galaxies apart faster and faster. Then there's dark matter, which makes up another 27%. We can't see it, but we know it's there because of its gravitational effects. That leaves just 5% of the universe as the stuff we're familiar with. Stars, planets, and us. Now, here's a mind-bending thought. If the universe is expanding, what is it expanding into? The truth is, the universe isn't expanding into anything. Space itself is expanding. The distances between galaxies are stretching, like dots on an inflating balloon. How will it all end? This brings us to one of the biggest mysteries in science. How will the universe end? Will it keep expanding forever? Will gravity eventually pull everything back together in a big crunch? Or will it tear itself apart in a big rip? Right now, the evidence suggests the universe will continue expanding. Galaxies will drift farther apart. Stars will burn out. And trillions of years from now, the universe may become a cold, dark, and empty place. But that's just one possibility. The truth is, we don't know for sure. The multiverse. Are we alone? There's also the concept of a multiverse. Could our universe be just one of many? Some theories suggest that other universes might exist, each with its own laws of physics. If true, it would mean our universe is just a small part of an even grander reality. And maybe that's what makes the universe so endlessly fascinating. It's full of questions. Questions we may never fully answer. But every question brings us closer to understanding the cosmos and our place within it. So, the next time you look up at the night sky, think about this. You're not just looking at stars. You're looking at a history book. A story that began 13.8 billion years ago. A story that we're all a part of. The universe is vast. It's mysterious. It's ever-changing. And it's ours to explore.